G'day guys. All right, I'm back. Ready to keep going on this drawing here. So what we're going to do in this one is we'll put in the base and the dividers and probably get the false front on as well. So let's find the base. That's here. Piece of 266 wide and 546 long, 3mm thick plywood. Now, I reckon the easiest way to go about doing this is to get a rectangle, because you know that plywood's going to fit just straight in these grooves, so from corner to corner. So if we draw a rectangle from that point in there, and we sort of orbit up around and look over into the other end here and get it in there, right? You can see we've got 266 by 3, right? So we do that, and then we've got a rectangle in there that we can then grab with the push-pull tool, push it out this way, 5, 4, 6, enter, and then we'll see we've got that base perfectly fitting in there, right? So I'm going to triple click on that, make it a component, 22, that's good. All right, so that's looking good. Now the dividers should be pretty simple. We should be able to just go click on here and then click on here, same over here. Actually, we'll probably just do this one and copy it across. So we've got a rectangle, push it down to the base, triple click on that, make component, create. Then we will copy that with the move tool, press Control over here, like that, and then we've got that piece in. Now, exact same with the long piece over here to over here. Oh, hang on, got a bit of a problem here. Something is a little bit off. Let's see, what was our dimension here? 137 in, and that piece is 278. Oh, you know what I reckon might have happened? I reckon because we've just copied this one across, that might have had to be 137.5 to be perfectly in the middle, not 137 exactly. That's why we're a millimeter off. So that's okay. What we'll do is we'll right click on this one, we'll make it unique, and we will double click on this to edit the component. And what I'll do is, firstly, actually we'll get it out of the way. We'll just move it along the green direction, I don't know, 100 mil, get it out of the way. Then let's fill this back in. So we'll go on here, close it up, and close it up. Rub out those lines and forget we were over there. Now, because it's still lined up with, it's still on the green axis, we can actually grab a tape measure, go from this corner all the way across on the green axis to here. I can then grab the rectangle tool, go here, and I can do a 3,6 rectangle like that, and push it down the same way we did before. Then it should all line up. All right, now we've got to do this annoying thing again. We draw the straight lines down to the bottom. We grab the eraser, like that. Push this one in, erase that. Okay, now we're looking good. Hopefully that has fixed our problem. Yeah, and I reckon that whole problem was just because a 3 mil gap in the middle of that probably wasn't exactly 100 and, was it 137? It was probably 137.5. But you know, in the workshop, that 0.5 of a mil wouldn't really make a difference. So now I reckon we can go click. Yeah, look at that, perfect. And then we go to here, 50 mil, triple click on it, right click, make component, and call that divider long. Now, if I look at the drawing for the divider long, we can see that we've got to take out 2 notches here and here that go 21 millimeters down. And I would say it's 21 millimeters because it's half of the width of the plywood, because that's 42. So yeah, 21 millimeters down because of that. So all we do is double click on this. Super easy. We will go dot to dot, dot to dot. Same over here. Dot to dot, dot to dot. And then we'll push down this little rectangle 21 millimeters. Enter. Then this little, it's a square, I guess, 21 millimeters. Okay, perfect. Now, if we lift this up, straight up on the blue axis, we should be able to now remove a little chunk out the bottom for it to slot in there. So to do that, the easiest way will probably be to, let's see, maybe if we move it up a fair bit higher so we can actually look underneath. And then I reckon we will put some tape measure lines on it. One here and one here, right? So we've just gone from that point and that point straight up. Now I reckon we can probably look underneath, and we'll go double click, draw those two lines across like that, and push it up 21 millimeters. Now, because it's that one's a copy of it, that other short divider, which should already be done. So we should be able to just move this one straight back down into its spot. Okay, happy days. That's the draw and dividers done. Let's just get rid of those guides. Now, we don't really have to do this, but let's quickly just paint it so it starts looking more like a toolbox. I've got some fancy timber species that I've downloaded, but you can just go ahead with the ones in that wood folder, or these ones. But I might use these ones that I downloaded just to make it look a bit fancy. Let's go with some beech. Why not? Beech is nice. And we'll paint all the bits that are timber, that are pine with that. And then the stuff that is plywood, we'll just do a different color. So maybe this one. That looks pretty nice. Pretty fancy. Okay, cool. So that's done now. What we're going to do is we're going to take this whole draw and we're going to make it a group. So we just need to orbit around and highlight the whole thing like that. Right click, make group. Now, whenever we move it, it's all going to move together. First thing we'll do is rotate it 90 degrees. So on the blue axis there, rotate it around 90 degrees. Then we can grab the bottom corner here, put it up there, and we'll see that we've got a little bit of a gap here. And what's that gap? Maybe 2 mil? 4 mil. So we're just going to grab the whole thing and move it across 2 mil. Now it'll be centered. So we've got a 2 mil gap there and a 2 mil gap there. Now, I think, yeah, there's a little bit gap of 1 millimeter at the back. That's fine. We'll leave it like that. Okay, now, so this is a side where we're going to be putting our false front because it's flush with the front. So the false front is, where's the false front drawing? It's a 12 millimeter plywood, I know that. Here we go, false front, and it's 65 millimeters wide and 600 millimeters long. Okay, so to do that, we could basically just draw a rectangle from here all the way to here, because we can see we're 600 long. So we'll type in 600, comma, what's that, 65, 65, enter. Then we'll grab the push-pull tool, click, and bring it out 12 millimeters. Okay, so there's the false front. We'll triple click on that, right click, make component, and call it false front. Okay. And then I will hold down shift, click on the draw, and I'll paint it first, just so I've got that looking like pine, or looking like, what do we choose? Beech. There we go, very nice. I'll click on that one and then hold down shift, select that, right click, make group. So now they're all together. Okay, now the shelf, I guess we could put that in, work our way up. Where's that shelf? I don't really think we really need the dimensions for this because the shelf is just going to be a 12 mil piece of ply that goes from housing joint to housing joint. So we'll grab the rectangle tool and we'll go in here from that corner there all the way around, oops, to this corner here. And then I'll grab the push-pull tool and push it all the way across here. And then I'll triple click on it, make it a component, and we'll call it shelf. Create, there we go. Paint it while we're here. Look at that, looks very nice. Okay, now I think the only two things left to do are the narrow side, right? The narrow side like this, which is a piece that is 600 long, 88 millimeters wide. So again, we'll grab the rectangle tool, go from this spot here all the way over here, and we'll just type in 600,88, right, like that, and we will push it forward 12 millimeters, or we can just hover over that, and we'll triple click, right click, make component, create. And then the other one is what do we got? Side wide. How wide is that? 160 millimeters. So that should be the width from the top to bottom. I reckon if we measure that, there, 159. All right, so we've just gone a little bit over. So we'll go from the bottom corner then, from here, over this way, 600,160. Push it out by 12 millimeters. Click, right click, make component, side wide, paint them both with this, and then we've got our finished toolbox, right? Look at that, pretty good. There is one thing we can do. Like this is not super necessary. You don't really need to draw this on, but see how I've got the little screw holes, like where you put your clearance hole and countersink for your screws. You can put them in. It is a little bit of a hassle. Maybe I'll do that in the next video. I'll just make a quick video on that. But for now, that's the toolbox basically done. And then after that video where I show you how to do the screws, we'll look at moving it into layout, because there's a fair few things we have to do that. Okay, happy days. Good work.